Okay, so picture this, a small, sun-drenched village in Tamil Nadu. That's where we meet our main character, a young girl named Meera. She spends her days drawing, keeping up this beautiful tradition that was passed down from her grandmother. But here's the thing. Meera's about to find out that her art isn't just, well, art. It's something way, way more. So let me ask you this as we dive into her story. What if the patterns you drew, the colors you chose, what if they could literally change the world around you? Now, for Meera, this isn't some daydream. It's literally her inheritance. So, Meera's grandmother, her Pati, she was the Rangoli artist in the village, a true master. And after she passed away, Meera felt this huge pressure to live up to that. She tried to make the same beautiful designs, but her own work just felt clumsy. I mean, can you imagine she was living in this huge shadow until one day everything, and I mean everything, changed. And you know what? The way she finds out is a total accident. She's frustrated with this peacock she's drawing, and a single tear rolls down her cheek and lands right on the colored rice powder. And then the drawing moves. It's just a tiny shiver, but it's enough. It gets her thinking. So she tries something. She carefully draws a butterfly, pouring all of her focus, all of her intention into it. And that's when the real magic happens. The butterfly's wings start to flutter, and it actually lifts right off the ground, circles her head once, and then just vanishes. Poof, gone. And that's the moment. It just clicks. She realized this wasn't just about being good at drawing, something passed down through her family. No, this was something so much deeper. It was alive. Meera understood right then that she held a real living power right in her hands. So, of course, Meera starts to practice, right? But she has to do it in secret. You have to understand, in a small village like hers, a power like this, it could easily be misunderstood, maybe even feared as black magic. So, hidden away in her room, she creates these incredible temporary little bits of life. Flowers that actually bloom and smell sweet, birds that sing a beautiful song before just fading away, and even a tiny elephant that trumpets and dances just for her. But right when she's getting a handle on this incredible secret gift, disaster strikes. The whole story takes a very serious turn, from her personal discovery to a crisis that threatens her entire community. The monsoon. It just doesn't come. And look, we're not just talking about a dry spell. This was a full-blown catastrophe. The village well, completely dry. The river they all depended on, it slowed to a tiny trickle. Even the sacred tank at the temple was bone dry. The crops were all dead, and the village's survival was seriously on the line. And this quote from her father, it really captures the whole village's mindset. They were relying on what they always had: faith, prayer, and good old-fashioned hard work. But as things get more and more desperate, Meera's left with this impossible choice. Does she keep her magic a secret, or does she risk absolutely everything to save her home? So, seeing her village suffer like this, Meera just can't hide anymore. She makes a decision. She gathers up all her colored rice powders, and she walks right to the middle of the village square. She's about to reveal her secret in the biggest, most public way you can imagine. Can you believe it? 7 hours. For 7 straight hours, Meera worked, pouring every single drop of her energy, her hope, and her love for her home into one gigantic Rangoli. I mean, this wasn't some quick flick of a wand. This was pure hard work, a physical sacrifice, as she drew ancient gods, swirling clouds, and flowing rivers. And after all that work, with the entire village just watching in silence, it all boils down to this one little whisper. It's not some grand magical spell. It's just a simple, honest plea from a girl who is desperate to save her people. And that was the final ingredient. And then it happens. The whole drawing starts to glow with this unearthly light. The colors get brighter and brighter. The clouds she drew on the ground actually start to swirl. The villagers are just floored. Some are scared, sure, but nobody can look away. The impossible was happening right in front of them. And here it is, the miracle. See, the Rangoli doesn't just make a little water appear. No, it acts like a giant magical beacon. It calls out to the real sky, and huge, dark monsoon clouds start to gather at an impossible speed. Then the first real drops of rain begin to fall, and soon the sky just opens up. A real, life-saving downpour, all summoned by a little girl's art. Now, after seeing something that powerful, you'd expect people to be afraid, right? Maybe even angry.
You might think they'd cast Meera out. But what happens next? Well, it might just be the realest magic in this whole story.
The village headman comes forward and he reveals something absolutely incredible. They already knew. They had always known about the magic. Her potty had it too, but she used it for small, subtle things, like a quiet blessing for good health or a little touch of luck for someone starting a business. Meera hadn't brought something new and scary into their lives. She had just taken an old protective gift and made it powerful enough to save them all. And in this moment, everything is okay. Her own father, the man who talked about faith and hard work, he pulls her into a tight hug. He's not scared. He's just so grateful. He finally understands that her gift was always meant to help people. And there's absolutely nothing to fear in an act of pure love. So as things get back to normal in the village, Meera starts to really understand her power. And honestly, there's a huge lesson in here for all of us. What Meera figures out is pretty profound. The magic, it wasn't really in the Rangoli itself. The colored powder, the beautiful, complicated designs, those were just the tools. They were the channel, for sure, but they weren't the source. The real power came from somewhere much deeper, inside. And this, right here, is the heart of the whole story. True magic is the love you pour into what you're doing. It's the intention behind it, that desire to create beauty, to help other people, to make the world even a tiny bit better. That was Pati's secret, and now it's Meera's. And that's a kind of power we can all tap into. So that brings us right back to where we started, with a question for you. Meera's tools were colored rice powder. What are yours? What is the love, the intention that you can put behind your own actions to bring a little bit of that magic, a little help, a little beauty to the world around you? Now that's really something worth thinking about.